Okay. Before this speech, I'm not good at English, so and actually my speech content in my memo in the presentation, so I cannot leave my page. Sorry. Okay. So good morning, COSCAP everyone. Okay. So I am Anthony from OpenTPI, and today we are going to talk about something that sounds like strange and weird. The making money with free software. Okay. Yes, I think what you are thinking, Anthony. That is like trying to sell ice in frozen region. Okay, maybe louder. Okay. Okay. So it's ridiculous. Okay. But stick with me with 30 minutes, and I will show you how we have been doing exactly that at OpenTPI, and more importantly, how you can do it as well. Okay, and we are going to rewrite some rules today, challenge some assumptions, and maybe, just maybe, convince your boss that open source is not just a hobby project. It's not only for fun. Okay. All right. Just before I tell you who I am, let me first explain what OpenTPI actually is. Because every time I say I am from OpenTPI, people ask, what's that? Is a new standard? No, that's not a standard. We are an open source community. Imagine a group of preachers, but instead of spreading religion, we are spreading the truth of API management. We have an open source project called DigiRunner, which is an API management platform. Now, Now I know the API management sounds boring, but think about it. Every time you use your phone to call Uber, order food, or scroll your Instagram, there's thousands of APIs working silently in the background. And when those APIs crash in enterprise mission critical service, that is why we come in. We keep those APIs running like the emergency room doctors, but for code. Okay. So the best part, we open source the platform. Okay. And because we believe that when the whole world can see, improve, and use your software, it becomes better. Okay. So who am I to tell you about the enterprise open source? I have been around the block from writing firmware at the Rockwell Semiconductor in the US to managing projects at Sharp in Japan to architecting solutions based on AWS and the Google Cloud. Okay. But here is the thing. All the enterprise experience told me one crucial lesson. The traditional way of doing enterprise software is, let's just say it is about a huge cruise ship trying to turn around. Okay, it's heavy and stupid. Okay, and that's why I am now at OpenTPI, where we are trying to prove that open source is not just for weekend fans and the romantic developers. It is a true, powerful business strategy. And yes, I also blog it, and apparently I enjoy explaining complex things to people who would rather be coding. So it's like being a translator between the Make It Free group and the Show Me the Money group. Okay. Okay, here is my favorite African proverb. Okay, if you wanted to go fast, go along. But if you wanted to go far, go together. Okay, in the enterprise world, we are driven with going fast. The ship fast, deploy faster, but fail faster. Okay. But what if I told you that going together, building a community, is actually the fastest way to go far? This is not just an empty talk. This is the core of why open source works in enterprise. You are not just building software. You are building an army of contributors, the users, and the preachers. And armies, my friend, they tend to win wars. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 pillars of open source business success. Think of them: how to make your CFO happy while keeping your code free. Okay. So first, overtune the market game rules. When your competitors are charging $50K US for an API management solution, but you give yours away for free, so suddenly they are explaining to their customers why they should pay for something they can get for free. Oh, so good luck with the pitch. Okay. And the second, reach more users and customers. Your users become your sales team. So every developer who use your open source project is potentially telling their CTO, hey, we should look at this company. It's like having thousands of salespeople, and they actually believe in your product. Okay. And the third one is form a positive feedback loop. Here is where it gets interesting. The more users means more feedback. The more feedbacks means better product. And then the better products means more users. Okay. So it's like a snowball rolling downhill. Okay. And instead of a snow, it is made of GitHub stars and enterprise contracts. Okay. Okay. So the beautiful things, your competitor cannot copy your community. They can copy your code, okay? But that's the point. But they cannot copy the relationship, okay, the trust, and the ecosystem you have built. Okay. Okay. Now, before you start open source your breakfast recipes, let's talk about why you are doing this. Are you trying to generate revenue, build an ecosystem, penetrate new markets, create industry standards, share development costs, or are you just trying to look cool at a developer conference, such as COSCUP here? Okay. The last one is valid totally, by the way. Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The key is to pick your purpose and stick to it. Don't try to be everything to everyone. That is how you end up being nothing to nobody. Okay. So at OpenTPI, our primary purpose is the market penetration globally and the making ecosystem. We want to be the go-to API management solution that everyone knows, trusts, and build on. Okay. So revenue comes second. Okay, but it does come, and that is what keeps the green lights on for this project. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to deep dive into the open source business strategy. Okay, Here is our secret sauce, the Open TPI success strategy. It is like a recipe. And instead of making cookie, we are making a sustainable business. For example, for faster participation in our community, so make it still be easy for people to contribute. Good documentation and a fast response to pull requests and a discussion within 24 hours. So nothing cures community passion faster than ignore contributions. And then we also need to create the value for industries. So solve real problems and do not build another to-do application. So build something that makes a system administrator's life easier at 3 a.m. when everything is on fire. And we also need to keep developing competitive add-on. Here is where you make money. Okay, so your core is free, but the enterprise level monitoring dashboard with the pretty user interface that makes executive happy, that's the premium. Okay. So what would be the result? So the market influence, the performance boost, the innovation, the lower costs, the bigger user base, and yes, the actual revenue. Okay. So it's like having your cake and eating it too. The cake keep growing, and somehow it tastes better over time. Okay, so let me walk you through our success progress. It is like a flow chart, but for making money with freeware. So for license selection, we choose Apache 2.0 because it is enterprise friendly. So companies are not afraid of it. The lawyers understand it, and developers love it. Okay. So for objectives and goals, we need to be crystal clear about what you are trying to achieve. So we want to be a leading API management platform. So not a platform or a good platform. We are the platform. Okay. And for revenue stream, here is where it gets interesting. Okay. We make money through professional service, the premium features, and the enterprise support. So think of it as a freemium, okay, but for infrastructure software. Okay. And for user engagement, we have an active community, tutorials, and learning sessions. So basically, we make sure our user feel listened and supported. So happy user becomes a paying customers. Okay. And for resource allocation, we spend 60% on development and 25% on marketing and 50% on support. So your trip may be different, but do not ignore any of these areas. Sorry. Okay, so for partnership identification, we work with the MSP, CSP, and the government agencies. Okay, the MSP means the managing service provider. The CSP means the cloud service provider. And the ISP means the integrated solution vendor. Okay, so partnership are force multipliers. So they can help you to reach the place you could not reach alone. Okay. And finally, the marketing strategy, okay, the content marketing, the SEO, the social media, the webinars. Okay, we wanted to reach the where users are over there. Okay, so actually, this process will build a success model about the enterprise software to go to open source. Okay. Okay, so let's get practical. Okay, what does an enterprise-ready open source project actually need? There's several requirements here. Okay, so first for open and free, this seems obviously okay, but you would be surprised how many open source projects have weird restriction hidden in the fine print. Okay, maybe not really 100% open source. Okay, and for community collaboration, you need more than just a GitHub repository. You need active maintainers, the clear communication channels, and a welcoming environment for new contributors. Okay, and for value added offerings, this is your bread and butter. Okay, your core might be free, but your premium features, professional service, and enterprise support, that is where the money lives. So you need a team, you need a resource. Okay, and for correlated ecosystem, we need a faster partnership, the integration, and the plugins. So make your project the center of a universe, but not a lonely planet. Okay, and for scalability and adoption, okay, we also need to build for growth from day one. Okay, we need to growth depends on your organization is growing. Okay, and then for the revenue stream, we need to have a clear strategy of making money from the beginning. Don't try to figure it out later. Okay, so this is our business model canvas for open source project. Okay, so it is like a checklist. Okay, to recognize where we are. Okay, so just have for example, for the value proposition is clear. The core technology is free with valuable add-on, and so we expect the developers community can innovate and build on it. And for customer segmentation, we target enterprises, the system integrators, and the government agencies. They are people who value support, compliance, and someone to call when things break at 2 a.m. Okay. And for revenue stream, include the professional service, business support, and the premium features. And the beautiful things here is the model is that your biggest users often becomes your biggest customers. Okay. And for cost structure, include the development cost, the marketing expense, and operation. So the good news, open source development is often more efficient than the traditional software development, because your community helps testing, the bug fixing, and the feature request. Okay, so to conclude key activities here, we need to develop the core system, to provide a professional service, and actually the build community is also very important. Okay, it is a must be, but not a nice to have. Okay, so finally, just let's move on to marketing funnel. Okay, so it's interesting. Okay, so we have two different marketing journeys over here. One for developers and one for enterprise. It's like speaking two different languages because essentially you are. Okay, for developers, GitHub README get them aware. The documentation and the tutorials help them consider. Implementation guides help them adopt. And the champion programs turn them into advocates. Okay. And for enterprise, the events and the webinars create awareness. The user case and the trials drive consideration. The documentation and the benchmarks enable purchase decisions, and case study create a reference for future sales. Okay, so the magic happens when these two journeys intersect. Developers download your open source project and build something cool with it, show their boss, and suddenly you have an enterprise lead. So it's like having two sales funnels that feed each other. Okay. The developer funnels creates technical credibility, and the enterprise funnel creates revenue sustainability. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to see what it looks like in practice about our open source project. Okay, so this is our DigiRun, the open source project in GitHub. Okay, so it's not just only for code storage. It's our technical front door. So we need a clear README, the active issues, the regular commits, and the deep discussions. So we try to tell the potential customers, the potential users, that we are serious about this project. Okay. Okay, and here is our documentation center. Okay, our documentation side includes AI search, just like the GPT and the Gemini. Because let's face it, nobody wants to dig through the endless documents to find out configuration parameters. So we made it searchable, friendly, and actually helpful. Okay. And here is our blog. We share everything, the wins, scenarios, the learning courses. Transparency builds trust. Then trust convert users into customers. Okay. So these are not just the marketing funnels. They are community touch points. Okay. So every interaction is an opportunity to build a relationship. Okay. Okay, so here is everything you need to check out what we are doing at OpenTPI. So here's a GitHub. We have documentation, the blog, and we have LinkedIn and the Medium. Okay, so but more importantly, this is your roadmap. Okay, so every successful open source enterprise project needs these same touch points. Okay, so you need a place for code, a place for documentation, a place for thought leadership, and a place for community building. Okay. Okay, so allow me to introduce the OpenTPI team. Anna, okay, handles the marketing channels, and I and Tony in draft and the story, and Eddie actually over there is whisper to documentation. Okay, so we are a small team that proving that you don't need hundreds of people to make this work. Okay, the key is having a clear strategy, understanding your audience, and building for both developers and enterprise simultaneously. Okay, okay, so let's recap what we have done today. Okay, so open source is not just a development model. It is a business philosophy. You can overtune the market dynamics, reach the wider audience, create positive feedback loops, and yes, make money while keeping your code free. So when you choose open source, you are choosing collaboration over competition, the transparency over secrecy, the community over control. So in the rapidly changing tech world, these choices often determine who can truly go far, go the instance. Okay. So thank you all today. Okay, so let's rewrite the rules of enterprise software together. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, if you can just we provide a QR code, and we have LinkedIn channel. So if you have LinkedIn account, just help us to follow our LinkedIn. Okay. I think the time is almost done. So just last state.